Jason has no sound. He is muted. It's the Rob Show. Ooh, we're gonna talk about some Avatar in a second. He don't get this sound fixed up.
This shit's broke. So maybe you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Maybe you can't. Maybe you can't. You can hear me, Rob?
Yeah.
This thing just now was more messed up than it's ever been messed up in the history of it being messed up. It was like I couldn't add us. It was making all kinds of little noises at my face. It played the intro like
You're
3
on a Mac.
times.
You're on a Mac, right?
Yeah,
Just
but I mean,
it's a yes or no question. I didn't come here for fucking semantics.
been on a Mac every single show we've ever done, though, Rob. And that's
yeah.
happened.
But yes, okay. Thank you. Next question. I do not cede my power.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I used to listen to what you say, and then you didn't play the new Zelda, and now I don't know who you are anymore.
Oh, I played the new Zelda. I just stopped playing the new Zelda.
You didn't play it. You didn't play it. It's like you drove to the parking lot at Disneyland and said, "I went to Disneyland." You didn't go to Disneyland, buddy. You didn't go.
I went to Universal Studios. Close enough.
At least there the sodas are only $5. Only $5. So,
oh man,
yeah. I stayed up all night last night getting the classic outfit from the original like Zelda like instruction booklet in the cartoon. I was pretty happy, right? And then I got it, but then to upgrade it, you have to find falling stars that just fall out of the sky randomly. I'm never gonna be able to upgrade that shit. So
why can't you just get the base outfit from the beginning as like you can just put it on like right from the beginning? Just
I think you
did it to Dragon Quest 11. They made it so you could just play it using the costume from 8 that everyone loves, right?
Yeah.
Like doesn't make any sense canonically, but you can just put it on. Like who cares?
I think you can do it if you have the amiibo or some shit, probably, but I'm not buying that. But anyways, we got a little bit of Star Wars news today. A little bit of baby news that things are actually like at least happening. You know, like Andor is being made in the shade.
That face.
Ahsoka.
That's what I don't eat. That's when I eat. That's when I eat too much bread. That's the face I get. You know?
Yeah. What is that? What is that? What is that? Is that like a real picture or is that like a cosplayer? Because it looks kind of crazy.
No, that's from that's when she puts a saber. She's fighting that chick, right?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I wanted to show the new Indiana Jones poster before we get into that because
Beyond the Spider-Verse has been delayed till 2026. Just thought I'd let you know.
2026. Wow.
Yeah. I told you that was nowhere near ready, dude. Like.
Yeah. There was somebody saying that they hadn't even done like a lot of the like base work for it yet in animations, and I was like, oh, okay. So I knew it would be delayed, but I didn't think it'd be 2026. But yeah. I mean, the only thing I think that Rob, okay, my prediction is Rob will critique the logo not having the white outline. That's probably
fair. Yeah, it needs
fair.
The
and I agree.
Logo, I prefer it. I don't like the.
Yeah.
Look, man, it's your last movie. Just fucking stay the fucking course. You know what I mean? Let's just create some continuity here. And I'm gonna complain that it's not short round as the other silhouette, but you know, whatever.
But it's not in the movie.
It's been my gripe since. It's been my last gripe since Last Crusade. You know what I mean? So it's a 30-year-old gripe I've been having here. But I mean,
Phoebe might be kinky. She might dress up as George as short round, George round. But you can see it's
kind of kink is that?
I mean, you know, I like it when British women pretend to be Asian boys with baseball hats. That's my thing. Just don't ask questions, you know. But I know I
was in a very dark place. I was in a very dark place when I wrote that. Yeah. Well, you know, initially he was supposed to be a virgin princess. Yeah. Kathy wouldn't let me do it.
Nope. No.
That's true.
It makes me happy though that we have you know, like that this exists because it means like when they do like the box set like steel books and they use all the vintage posters on it, this one will have one. You know what I mean? It'll have one in that flavor and stuff. And I think that's ultimately, good for
I don't think they found any artist that is as good as Truzen. You know what I mean?
They never will, probably. Yeah.
Well, someone will come along. That's just the way it works. I didn't think someone could come along and sound just like Freddie Mercury when they sing, but
Oh, come on, going a little far on that. A little far on that one, but
pretty fucking good, dude. And he doesn't blow his voice out with cigarettes and shit, so he's gonna last longer.
Well,
let's be honest.
Yeah, but you know what? The guy who doesn't do that can't write Bohemian Rhapsody.
I'm not saying he could write it. I'm not saying someone could, but you can emulate. Like, that's pretty flawless. But then we haven't found the flawless.
That's not the world, Rob. Then Queen goes on tour with Adam Lambert because it makes no sense.
No, that is the worst. Do not get me started. Why do they do that? Why? I fucking hate that.
You got that guy.
I got a ton of gay friends who just hang their head in shame when that guy runs around crying his fucking eyes out.
Your straight friends should too. And if all of you who watch American Idol should punch yourself in the
None of my straight friends watch Queen, dude.
Really?
I try, man. I try.
Really?
They go, "Are you sure you're not?" I'm like, "I'm not, man. What are you talking about? Come on."
When Eisner knew that Freddie was going to die, they signed him to Hollywood Records, and then they kind of did a little thing to sanitize Queen over the years, and they're in the fucking Mighty Ducks movie, and Wayne's World obviously blew up huge. No, but they
like my Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, you like your Emilio, I know.
I'll make you famous.
I'll make you famous. Yeah,
I'll make you famous. And they killed him in Mission Impossible 1, so that's the last time anyone saw Emilio.
After that, nobody knows
he really
where he
died. De Palma, when he really
he's
killed
like
him
one of those
elevator.
pinup models who's just like, you know what, I'm beautiful and I'm just going to duck out now, and you're never going to see me again because I want to be remembered like this. And you're like, bye.
I always thought him and Kevin Sorbo would team up and do Men at Work too.
Kevin Sorbo. How does the guy who was on the shitty Hercules show on Channel 5 even have a fucking place to live?
How have him and Dean? Dean Cain runs around. That's the shittiest Superman ever, dude.
Yeah, that fucking Superman sucks.
I tried with that show because Terry Hatcher's so beautiful, but
Terry Hatcher is
they had a good
national
Luther.
treasure.
They had a good Perry. They had a good Perry White. Shitty Superman. It wasn't even good then. It's like, this is not a smart man. Like I just said, this is not a smart man. But anyway, that's a good poster. I do like it.
It's a good
I hate
poster.
the logo.
And then we got Ahsoka here looking like Donald Trump taking a shit, looking real orange. Star Wars.
Hey.
But this is Donald Trump taking a shit, doing a bunch of coke, and he's got the coke all over his face, like on his forehead and his eyebrows, and
Do you see the cat face, or is it just me? Her tattoos, her head, see the two eyes and the little cat nose.
I've always seen a fucked up jack-o'-lantern, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wasn't joking. They really delayed. They really delayed Beyond the Spider-Verse of 20. No, someone was like, "I think Rob's joking." I'm not joking.
No.
I mean, you can't tell, but I'll tell you when I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
No, it was there was stuff from people in the production going I don't remember what it was, but we haven't done these base elements yet. There's no way we're gonna make the release date. But you know what though, the first two are so good. If they need to till 2026 to make it right, fucking cool. Just make it.
And the third one could break $1 billion. Honestly, dude, if they just keep the quality up and they build goodwill over that time, Yeah, that's the way you do it.
And what are we in? We're in 20. Yeah, in 3 years, the industry could be a lot different. It could be rebounding really, really, really well, and that might be for the best.
DJ B-Side says, "I thought Ahsoka's forehead tattoo was two sock puppets arguing with one another." Go back up. I want to see it. Go back up. I want to see it. Go back up to that picture. Scroll up. Let me see it. Is it? I can't not see it now. Oh my god, it's two sock puppets. It's Syphil and Ollie, dude.
But you have to understand, it's like the two little devils on my shoulders. One here, one here. Tell me bad things.
Oh, you caught me. I'm caught. This whole time I just Thought I could hide that out in plain sight, but oh no, that's my left and my right sock puppets. How you doing? They go like this.
Yeah.
They go. That's good. Good
All
call.
right.
Good call.
All right. I'm gonna do a deep cut too. The little thing on the side of her face looks like the arrows from Queen's body language video. Would get you canceled if you made that video today. All right.
I don't,
Actually,
the
I
only
did get
video
canceled
I
back then.
know of theirs is the one where they're all like in drag, and I fucking that made me
I
really because I
wanna break
was really
free?
attracted to Roger Taylor when I was like, I was like,
Taylor?
Dick.
Yeah.
That made me go. I was like, huh. Maybe I am gay, but
Yeah,
this looks like a woman. It's not the same thing.
MTV banned that. Believe it or
I
not.
saw it though the
Crazy.
first weekend it was out.
Well, yeah, no, it ended up showing up like a bit later, like in like the early '90s and stuff, on VH1 and stuff too. Like
Okay.
they end up dropping their ban because remember that MTV wouldn't play the Queen video and also usually wouldn't play black people. And David Bowie goes on there and it's like, hey, why don't you guys play black people? What's up with that? And then thank God he did it. Well, somebody did it, Anyways, so you could this is from bestmanbulletin.com and you could support him on Patreon or give him a coffee. So here it goes. Though the Walt Disney Company has confirmed that the Ahsoka series will be present at the Essence Fest, along with their dude, they're always making up some new bullshit, right? So Essence Fest is
Essence Fest.
You know what? It's
like, I'm a nerd, super nerd. I've never heard of this. Like what?
Yeah, this is just some shit, man.
You talk.
Oh, it's just like a thing now. So, along with various other projects, including Haunted Mansion, a Disney movie due to be released next month, led by Ahsoka Tano herself, Rosario Dawson. The company has not provided a date and time.
Oh, okay. Essence Magazine. It's a music festival. I was thinking it was a nerd thing. I know this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now I know.
So
I know
fucking
Essence.
What is what's Ahsoka doing? Some Morrissey covers? What you doing out there? Yeah, what you gonna do?
Yeah, well, it's Essence Magazine's African American magazine. It's pretty good, man. I mean, it's got good music. Like they'll do cool interviews in there. Like I didn't discover that magazine because I'm from white bread land until I was in the army. But they would have really cool interviews with like Stevie Wonder or fucking even like Andre 2000. I was 3000. I was like, this guy's fucking weird. Like, yeah, they're cool. But it's a music festival.
So let me get this right. It's a magazine for African Americans that does a music festival, and Disney's taking Ahsoka there.
Yeah, and they apparently have been doing the music festival since '95. I never knew that. But yeah,
I don't know anything.
All right.
One time somebody's all, I'm going to Bonnaroo or something. I'm like, Bonnaroo? What the hell is that? And they're like, you don't know what Bonnaroo is? And I was like, fuck off. All right.
I didn't know Gatlinburg was a place until like 2 months ago.
Yeah, you got Gatlinburg, and now I keep hearing it. Because we live in the Matrix.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how it works.
All we know at this time is that the footage will air sometime between 7 p.m. and 11:59 p.m. CT. Fucking Central Time. Why Central Time? Is that where it takes place? I don't even know. Do you know where it is, Rob? Are you going, Rob? You got tickets? Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. Are you crazy?
Stay on right either at home. Saturday or Sunday during Disney's virtual showcase.
All right.
Ooh, it's virtual, you guys. That's what you do when you surf the World Wide Web. We don't know what Disney have in store in regards to the Ahsoka footage, but I'm sure many fans are hoping and speculating about a possible official trailer release following April's teaser.
We gonna have sock puppets. We gonna have Jason. We gonna put them
on. Face.
Okay, he's gotta stay out the show, man.
He's gonna get himself in trouble. That would be the best.
Problem is there's a strike. He can't just work on his movie,
Yeah.
Like, and it's his birthday month for at least another.
It's his birthday month. His creative juices are flowing, and he can't. You can't squeeze him anywhere. You can't squeeze the juice. That would be the best outcome. But I'm personally, I'm low. Oh man, Filoni wheezing the juice.
I'm wheezing the juice.
Buddy. But I'm personally,
I'm a little weasel. I'm a little weasel. Okay.
Somebody misheard him and they thought he wanted an easel, and then he became an artist. But he was saying he was a little weasel. But I'm personally lowering my expectations. Bestman Bulletin lowering his expectations. You know that?
I like That's the quote. Can we do like pull quotes on his site? Some sites, remember they used to do that? They used to do the pull quotes
I'm
on
lowering my
websites to make them
expectations.
look.
Bespin Bulletin.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Just like a magazine, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Essence. I'm leaning more towards a behind the scenes sizzle reel of sorts, as Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy previously unveiled behind the scenes footage of Ahsoka at Disney's Upfront last month. See what the Disney's Upfront? Disney's Back to Front. It's an event about wiping.
Why is it capitalized?
Event last month.
Oh, that's in a real Upfront's a real event. Okay, I see why.
It's what are you saying? The other one's not a real event, Rob? Is that what you're trying to say? Huh?
No,
what do you mean,
A
Rob?
figure
No,
of
I'm kidding.
speech. That was
Yeah,
a figure.
no.
I know what you're trying to trap me.
I'm fucking with you. But
you
Disney's
bastard.
Upfront.
But,
No, but once again,
don't
it's
you
just
got a muffin to go eat and get lost out in the woods again? Like, it's
oh no, we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into that.
Jason saw Super Mario Wonder and did it for real. Like,
so
you watched that trailer?
So check it out. I didn't catch this, but the girl I was with mentioned it after, and then that's when it all came together. I'm in Echo Park, and there's like a person selling food, little muffins, not the muffin man, but a muffin lady. And the person in front of us, I guess, spent like $25 on a muffin. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to them. And then I buy my muffin for like $5.50, something like that. And then, yeah, it wasn't, I didn't get the $5 muffin. I got the $25 muffin. And, yeah. I went to another dimensions that you guys can't even conceive of. Time stopped. I was on top of a pyramid with it going in my back, and it didn't feel very good.
Yeah, we used to call those Kurt's cookies. Yeah, I don't want to say why, but
and all of this happened after I had been out the whole night. So I was out like the whole night. I finally get not a good time. Not a good time. No. But George,
he got me with some Nilla wafers once. wasn't very good.
Now I know what you were doing when you came up with the character name Cost the Shit, George. Cost the Shit.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you know, and I said I have visions of the Thuggy cult whenever I eat a Nilla wafer. Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta go get in line for the old Indiana Jones movie. I'm gonna go stand out there. I got nothing else to do. So. Buying Disney again. Yeah.
I'm lowering my expectations, says Best in Bulletin. I'm leaning more towards a behind the scenes sizzle reel. Disney's up front. Okay, but the footage being shown to those exclusively in the room. It's not unlike Disney to reuse footage from other events and outings. Back in December 2020, Disney showcased a sizzle reel for Obi-Wan Kenobi, which featured pieces of concept art and footage of Ewan McGregor and Deborah Chow discussing the series at their shareholder meeting, which was available to the public, but that reel was held back. It was later released publicly for Disney Plus Day in September 2021 on Disney's streaming service. So if you're asking for my opinion, I'm expecting a behind-the-scenes sizzle reel for the highly anticipated series. Marketing for the Ahsoka series will likely to begin to ramp up towards the tail end of July, which is once we get to that 1 month day, guys, that's when it all starts happening daily, right? About that time. Right. And I'm personally not expecting an official trailer until that time. And I would agree with him there. And then basically what a couple of things that don't make the official trailer will be the highlights of the TV spots. I mean, this isn't our first rodeo. The one thing I will say, though, is that there is supposed to be some differences in marketing moving forward. I don't know if it begins at Ahsoka or if it will begin after Ahsoka. But let's expect it not to begin to change until after Ahsoka, and just because why not? I haven't heard anything specifically. So Ahsoka continues. Ahsoka releases exclusively on Disney Plus, with the first episode on August 23rd, which is my birthday. Best TV birthday present I ever got was a Star Wars show on my birthday. Well, that I will get. So, yeah. I got my dates wrong the other day, and I was like, dude, I think we should be having a trailer like any day now, you know? And nope, we got about a month to go. and who knows? There's always a chance that that right there, what they're seeing there, we might end up just getting in a couple of days. What will it really? Your birthday's on the 23rd as well, Sam. You know, we got Darth Maul's got our birthday. River Phoenix got our birthday. Kenny Baker's the day after our birthday. It's a fact, Jack. So, anyways, though,
we should all go to Sizzler.
You should go to Sizzler.
Cheesy bread.
And and call it Shrimp Fest. I don't know if Sizzler does Shrimp Fest, if that's where it's at.
No.
But
no, cheesy bread.
But you have shrimp. You could have Shrimp Fest at Sizzler if you want to. No one could stop you. But yeah, so we should have some Ahsoka shrimp stuff. Like right now is that real quiet before the storm, like kind of period. Like I was talking to some people, they're like, dude, it's totally dead right now. You know, everything's broken. You know, is what me and Bespin were joking. Everything's broken right now. But no, it's just that we're in that place where nothing is going to kickstart because it would be just shooting the load early, basically, you know, at the end of the day. So they're not going to do that.
Right.
And we got Indiana Jones this week, and that's what Lucasfilm is going to be pretty much focused on for the next, like, probably rest of this month, and then they'll probably start actually moving their attention towards Ahsoka at that point. In the public sense.
Well, they can't because Lucas bought it back and he's canceling everything.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and he's canceling everything, and he's turning the sequel trilogy into a 24-part series, and every episode is going to be 2 hours long. So everything's going to be covered.
Edited by James Cameron. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some woke shit. You know, he's gonna get Marsha back. You know?
Oh.
To appease the left, right? Since
George is like 80.
Did all the editing. Yeah.
He gets Marsha back, and then he breaks up with her. Haha, take that, Marsha. we got you. So.
How'd you know? How'd you know? Did I leave my notepad out again? Is he looking at my notepad? No.
My yellow notepad.
Yeah. Canary. It's not yellow. It's canary.
You were in a dark place, George. You were in a dark place.
Respect. I was in a very dark place. All right. Well. I'm gonna go eat Mongolian.
All right. So Andor. This is from Bestman Bulletin, who you can support on Patreon. Andor season 2 shot various scenes at Canary Wharf, London on
Canary.
Sunday. Yeah,
like Canary, like the notepad.
Dude, when me and Bestman were talking about the stuff, I'm like, yeah. He's like, there's this other line like called the Jubilee line or something, and I'm like, that's only cool if you imagine. If you imagine they love the X-Men, then it's cool. Otherwise, the British people, London people.
Meanwhile, Southern California has like 60 miles of El Camino. You know what I mean? Like, just get on El Camino. Which one? It runs from Tijuana to San Clemente. You fucking tell me.
You know what? And just it's all the same. But so we shared a collection of images along with a video and an article you can read here. That's the one we covered yesterday. So if you didn't see yesterday's show, you could watch us look at that there. But more images from the shoot have now since appeared. Ooh. Before we continue with the Andor news, pay us. Become a channel member.
We know.
Making Star Wars show.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Right here we can see.
First, we got some more. Look at,
whoa! Look, the stormtroopers now have purses. Are you fucking kidding me, Kathleen Kennedy?
Yes. You know why? They're not allowed to shop with plastic bags anymore. They have to bring their totes in to pick up their
because Kathleen Kennedy won't go American, they're all wearing Harry Potter robes because that's what they do over there.
What is with the Brits and their haircuts? They've gone back to 1991. Like, look at that guy. He's got the fade over his ears. They've gone right. Look, some things need to be left out of the. Some haircuts just need to stay in the 90s, guys. Like, what are you doing over there?
So here's the whole thing. This guy in the striped shirt, right? Like that haircut. See, it was cool when you had long hair and you shaved the underneath. But when you were growing it long, sometimes you would shave the underneath and then grow it out, right? This guy, he's just went for the interim haircut from 1992. He just went like into that. I'm not growing it out, but I am shaving it underneath, and it's like, no, that's not how.
One step away from carving in the Ghostbusters 2 logo into the side of his head.
Oh, that would be cool if he did that. But look, this guy's got some like braids in the back, like Coolio. He's like
that's the Perrin. Is that Perrin? Looks like the Perrin look.
It looks like it. I mean, I'm gonna say he's probably been in a this character's probably been in a hot tub with Perrin nude.
Storm Perrin. They all got the Stormtrooper gloves though, right? Look by his knapsack, his George knapsack right there, right?
Well, the guy on the right. Yeah. There's a little
yeah. He's got a little Stormtrooper.
Well, this guy though, I don't know. This guy doesn't have the white gloves on. Well, this guy doesn't. Some of them have gloves on, some of them don't. But he might be I'm talking about this guy in the very like with the braid, with the beard right here. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. For now, we'll both talk about that. He's got it, but look, you can see the armor in his big old butt, dude. Look at his big old fucking.
He's got he looks like it looks like one of those like Victorian ladies with the butt that sticks out, where you can like put your hot chocolate on the butt and if you wanted to, just like a little cup holder.
I like that. That Alice in Wonderland look. I like it.
Got some.
My wife hates when I say that. By the way, I'm like, I like corsets, and she goes, "Don't you even start?" I'm like,
don't you start.
All right, okay.
These images are via Ash White 89.
You think these guys were practicing? Okay, now you walk, and then I'll walk.
Right.
I'll walk.
Well, that's actually a thing. I know some people who played Stormtroopers several times, and they're not military people. And like learning to march. It's one of my episode 9 articles. You could read about how the trouble they had learning to march and trying to march in time and figuring it out and doing it as actors in Stormtrooper costumes. So probably to some extent you're probably right. Actually, that's probably kind of true.
They literally can teach any idiot how to do it in under 4 hours in basic training. So
yeah.
How they don't just have one on set and walk them through the motions, like you literally can have it done within.
I'm not saying they like don't, but
and these guys are being paid well more than you are in basic, so you probably get it down in like an hour.
Oh, this is a Lucasfilm production.
The hardest part is just, I guess, would have to be gauging your peripheral vision with those helmets on, because you don't know how close you are to somebody.
Yeah,
that would probably be the bigger issue.
I mean, yeah, it's like it's like, think of like when you put on like a VR headset and like how you're able to move the eyes, to like fit your face, right. But like naturally it wouldn't work. Those helmets are just like that. Like some people are just better suited for it than other people. My son's Oculus Quest finally died. It's finally done. He's really sad. And I'm like, they're supposed to make a new one sooner than later, and I'm like, I don't know if we could throw in on a new one right now, dude. I don't know if it makes sense. And he's like, he loves his VR. And I was like, poor dude. But I mean, he played that thing every single day, like every day for, an hour, something like that, probably. So it's like, kind of makes sense. It died now. But anyways, over the weekend, the Andor production shot scenes relating to the Empire at Canary Wharf, London, a location first used in Star Wars for Gareth Edwards' Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, the anthology flick that first introduced us to Diego Luna's Cassian Andor. By the way, the anthology films was such a better title for it. It sounds so much more prestigious, the Star Wars anthology films, as opposed to a Star Wars story.
Yeah, but that's a long
no
Star Wars anthology film on the poster, like.
Well, no, it would have been like Star Wars Anthology Rogue One, and now it's Star Wars Rogue One now it's Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. It's not they didn't make it any shorter. They didn't so it's not the length, it's the girth, Rob.
My guess is they were afraid Americans couldn't pronounce 3-syllable words.
My understanding is that they thought that Star Wars is a fairy tale because Marvel isn't. And then they went and made Rogue One, which is the least fairy tale like Star Wars movie of most of them. So fucking it's stupidness. Stupid. Andor season 1 returned to Canary Wharf in 2021, shooting scenes at the location for the headquarters of the Imperial Security Bureau, known as simply the ISB, or Insatiable Bitch. That's what it sounds like when I hear it. Right here, we could just see, a bunch of stormtroopers. We got some Imperial guys in like little white uniforms walking around. We got two guys going, "Hey, was a good place to get tacos in London."
They got the Dole Whip. They got the Dole Whip out
Hey,
here.
oh hey guys, I think I'm gonna keep my armor, so I'm just gonna jump on the Jubilee line and ride home in it. Don't tell anybody.
Heard they
Bye.
got good curry in London. You guys eat out of leaves like in Indiana Jones? That kind of curry, or I want to eat out the leaves. Like,
and then look right here. Look at this little this little person and this little get up. So
yeah, look at the quality of that material though. Not like that Manhattan Beach shit, right, Jason?
I don't know why I keep saying that. It's the same stuff. Same stuff. Same stuff.
No, it's not. They didn't have to go to Reddit and go, please show up with the costumes. We need help. Like,
true.
Right? Yeah, they came prepared.
As you'd expect to see it at the ISB headquarters, many ISB officers and Imperial stormtroopers were spotted filming scenes, primarily walking down a location used for the ISB headquarters entrance, as seen in Andor Season 1 and various scenes with Dedra Miro, played by Deniska, who was once again present for the Canary Wharf Andor Season 2 shoot. God, this is a mouthful. Though she's not pictured in the image in the article, she can be seen along with Anton Lesser's Major Partagas. I'm a Partagas. I'm the Partagas. And then right here, we got this guy going like, "Oh man, you think I got a shot with her?" And she's like, "Fuck no, look
Meg's
at me."
Like, no. Meg's
nope.
like, nope.
Meg.
That's Meg.
Hey, Meg. Yeah. Meg, if you were going to be in the show, you had to tell us, Meg. It's like if you're a cop, you got to tell us.
That's why she hasn't been around. She's been in the show.
She's been filming Andor Season 2. She has some pretty cool boots on too.
Though. Yeah, blue boots.
Kind of. Actually, this costume kind of gives me some Back to the Future Part 2 vibes, doesn't it? Can't you see her walking in the Cafe 80s?
Honestly, it kind of reminds me of what Otho was wearing in Beetlejuice when they went to dinner. him and his girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a little Otho. Yeah, I can see it.
Deo.
And then right here we got a fancy lady.
The only color they can't wear, Jason, is green. You know why?
Why? Green screen?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So, along with the ISB officers and the iconic stormtroopers, various extras posing as Coruscant civilians were seen shooting scenes, adding to the lived-in world feel for the Disney Plus series. Despite Canary Wharf dripping in green screens, Andor famously made use of more practical effects and plenty of on-location shoots. A stark contrast to the Disney Plus Star Wars series shot in California, such as Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Book of Boba Fett, and the Candalorian, because it's all can now. See what I'm saying? See my pun? To name a few. That opt to film primarily on the volume and film scenes on extremely small sets. However, Andor's first season boasted a whopping $250 million budget, whereas the California-based series remains closer to $100 million, with Skeleton Crew supposedly receiving the largest budget of any California-based Disney Plus series, with around $136 million. Well, and then that's the other thing, is that it Skeleton Crew is the most expensive one so far. And but is it in the production or is it in the talent, like the directors? I don't know. That's what I'm not sure about. Was that money
Kenobi
used?
Was what a $10 million project? Like maybe an $8 million.
No, it was pretty expensive.
12. Probably 12.
Dude, stop being an asshole, dude. It was 16 million. Okay.
I stand corrected. I'm gonna anger your sources because I made fun of the budget. Like,
you know what? It was 16 million.
Look, if they're that fucking butthurt, just give it a second. All right, when all their fucking contracts get fucking ruined through bad negotiations, they'll be leaking. Like,
why are you trying to fight my sources right now? Huh? Why are you trying to fight my sources?
I don't have any villains.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Spreezy's not here right now.
Look at this new character. No, that's Boxhead. I am Boxhead. No. I feel the Force. Build the
It looked kind of
Force.
like the Phantom Zone plate, right? Like the Phantom Zone mirror.
He's all, yeah. I am Boxhead from Boxhead from Phantom Menace Zone. My pronouns are they, according to Kathleen Kennedy. Them,
How
according to
does a
Kathleen
man
Kennedy.
spend that much time in the sun and he's still paler than me? Like,
I don't know,
you figure that one out.
Fucking eating at Lola's cupcakes. He takes.
Hey, Jason, you've had enough cupcakes for the week. You stay
right.
you stay out of that.
Lola's. I mean, that's what this guy thinks he's Boxman right now. He went over to Lola's Cupcakes, and now here we go.
Look at the quality of the materials on them outfits.
You can't even tell. You can't even.
I can tell.
Pictures.
What I can tell. You can tell, right? You can tell.
I mean, most likely, I would imagine that I could be wrong, but I would imagine that they're actually just the ones from the first season that they stored and then just brought back out. So they probably will be identical to the first season. The
With
second
the exact
season,
same amount of extras, everything else, right?
I don't know.
They just lock the extras up for a whole season too. They just put them in a room and you stay there. You come out when we got more Andor. You sit.
They're just British people. They're not going anywhere. You know what I mean? You just tell them like the Queen thanks you for your service, and then
they don't want to, right? Brexit. They don't want to go anywhere. They just want to stay there.
They say thank you, thank you. They say the king has sausage fingers and we love him. Something we want to chomp one of those sausage fingers and have a bite. All right, the second season of Andor will begin filming towards the tail end of November at Pinewood Studios, London. The production has ventured across various parts of the United Kingdom, including Wales, and even ventured to Valencia, Spain. Though the WGA strike has hampered multiple productions, Andor has continued to shoot despite the strike, and the series creator Tony Gilroy concluded his writing duties on the second and final season mere days before the strike began, and stepped away from his production duties after being accused of scabbing by a fellow WGA member. What was his name, though? You got to put his name. If Bespin, if every single time you're going to be like, oh, Obaid Chinoy fucking is like Ms. Marvel, you got to drop the name of the guy who's fucking calling out Gilroy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, like right here, you could see Perrin's man bun. I don't think that's really Storm Perrin. Perrin's like.
Perrin. Yeah.
Perrin's going through like a midlife crisis because Mon Mothma won't fuck him anymore, so he's decided to become a stormtrooper. So that way, she thinks he's a real man. He's just really misguided on everything, you know. He makes the wrong call.
He's a real man because now he spends his whole time hanging out with other dudes.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, this it looks like he has the white stormtrooper chest piece underneath the stuff here, but then like that's a pretty majestic beard. And that's a pretty like fancy haircut. So is this guy just like cool in real life? Is this guy just like banging chicks at Pilates all day and like this is part of like his thing? And
he's why you don't let your wife go to boot camp by herself. You do that with her.
or hear me out. Maybe he's a rebel who dresses up as a stormtrooper in one of the scenes, because that you usually don't see stormtroopers with fancy hair and fancy beards and stuff. So I'm curious if this might be a good guy going in the stormtrooper costume or something like that. But
what if Perrin turns rogue?
He might just be a cool stunt man or something too, who just like fucking has cool hair, you know. So who knows? Andor season 2. Look at this last picture. It's just a sad little guy, just like, nobody wants to look at me, but thanks for noticing me, Ash White 89.
Everyone on set calls me Bespin. I don't know
why. I guess I ain't built for this. Andor, when I was texting Bespin when I was hallucinating off my ass, and he just responded, "You're not built for this," or whatever, or something like that. It's like, you son of a
think
bitch.
that guy right there is going, really want some Lola's cupcakes right now, but I gotta wait 40 minutes because I gotta walk around in a circle.
Gotta wait for this production to wrap up so I could get my cupcake. Yeah, and he just wears that to like comic conventions. He's not even in the show. Andor season 2 will release on August of 2024. So next year.
Will it though?
I think so.
You think so?
I do. I would imagine it does. I mean, if why is that? Why do you say you don't know? What about the timeline scares you?
I have no insight knowledge. This is the Gitchy. Gitchy tells me now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that the most likely takeaway will be that they would release the season in multiple parts, like 2 parts, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think
they would
Best
game
were
of
mentioning
or
that idea.
what's it?
I could see
Yeah,
that.
what's it? Stranger Things.
did it
Like
too.
Bestman suggested that off of Stranger. That's what Stranger Things did, and I'm like, and I'm adopting that perspective as well. That if things because they still
Jason,
need what?
we have a new Superman.
Oh yeah,
Humberto Gonzalez says breaking. David Cornsweet has won the coveted role of Clark Kent, and Rachel Brosnahan is playing Lois Lane.
Who can you show me who they are?
You could type.
Do you have that ability
David
right now?
I don't have access to my. I have to go through Edge on this computer.
Yeah, no worries at all.
He looks like a little mini Cavill. Put it that way. She can act though. She's super good. Yeah, I've seen her in some clips and shit. Right. He looks like a little mini Cavill. So they look the roles,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And so you wonder why we talk about Superman when this is Star Wars. For me, Star Wars and Superman are intrinsically tied together because of John Williams. I just sort of related the two. Matter of fact, when I first saw the Hoth Troopers, I thought it was that fucking trooper that appeared on the TV release of Superman 2, even though they don't look anything alike when you actually look at them with an adult's eyes. But through little kids' eyes, they look the same.
Brian points out, to be fair, you don't usually see Stormtrooper's hair. And the fact that he has that hair and is playing a Stormtrooper, and that they're not like, things that might hinder the costume. That's what makes me think he will take the helmet off, whether he's evil or good. And we might see his face, unless he's just, like I said, a really fucking cool guy.
Mm-hmm. When Princess Leia, as Lucas would say, when Princess Leia sees Luke Skywalker take his helmet off, she doesn't go, "Your hair's a little long for a Stormtrooper," right? Because as a military guy, that's what I would do. I go, "What the fuck's up with your haircut, buddy?"
Yeah, I'm not talking about lore though. I'm talking about straight up like
that we're talking lore.
Yeah. You don't need like most people to play a storm. Like, there's like specific like a height. I think you have to be like over 6 foot or something to play a Stormtrooper. And
is Mark Hamill over 6 foot?
No, that's why he's pretty short for a Stormtrooper. That's why Leia like literally says it. But if you're not 6 foot, you will not play a Stormtrooper in Star Wars, unless you're like fucking famous. You know what I mean? Unless you're a famous person. Huh. Yeah. You won't get it. All right. So I'm opening the Wrap article now. Browser is just being really shitty today.
You think that'll change one day? They'll make a little person a Stormtrooper, make them the hero, like like that. Is that just bias? Is that like the way we think it's goofy? But maybe a generation will be better than us and won't find it funny.
Warwick Davis is the clone template for the Second Order.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying maybe we have a bias here. We laugh, but maybe future generations won't. Like in a more humane, mature manner. And like,
Attack of the Time Bandits.
Although all the little people TikToks that run around tell me that's probably not going to happen.
So David Cornsweet to play new Man of Steel in Superman Legacy. Rachel Brosnahan. How do you say that?
Brosnahan.
Brosnahan Solo. Rachel Brosnahan Solo. Bros, Hands, and Solo. Got it. Brosnahan Solo has also been cast as Lois Lane. And then here,
like if he said, AI, can you give me a Henry Cavill? And AI made a Henry Cavill.
Well, I mean, if I go like when I'm in LA, if I go to the wrong bar, there's no shortage. They're not hard to find. We have a lot of them. We could make a clone army of Supermen if we really wanted to.
Right. So, but they're all British, these guys, right?
And thank you for the $5 super chat. Shogun says John Boyega is only 5'9", so he qualifies as the first short Stormtrooper. Well, yeah, Mark Hamill I think is like 5'7". I want to say. I could be wrong.
He wasn't a Stormtrooper. He was cosplaying as one. Boyega was an actual Stormtrooper.
Right. But in reality, John Boyega looks terrible in his stormtrooper costume. He looks like stocky. He looks too stocky. He stands out. And but it also works on the visual language in certain ways. Like, when they're doing the drop ship in The Force Awakens and you see them all lined up, they're all very uniform. They're all very much like boom, boom, boom. And then he's like down, he doesn't fit and he's not going to fit. So it ends up being okay. But my point was, if you're going to be playing an Imperial stormtrooper who just gets shot, a bad guy attacking Han Solo on Bespin or something like that, you're going to be like 6'1" probably if you're cast or something like that.
Right, they don't want you to stand out.
But if you're if you're a famous person or playing a main character, then exceptions and they'll shoot around it. That's just kind of where it falls, I guess.
All right, sweat.
So thank you for the super chat, dude. I appreciate it, man. So David Corin Sweat.
Corin Sweat.
Corin Horn. These are all Star Wars.
You think if this were the 80s, he would just be David Corn? They would have took the sweat out, right?
David Sweat.
Like David Corn, you can remember. David Sweat. I just feel like now we're cool with people's last names, but back in the day, like remember Michael Keaton his last name's Douglas. He had to change it because there was already a Michael Douglas. So
right.
You think he'd be David Keaton? They were like, "You're."
I don't know.
Change that shit. Yeah,
I think he'd be Davey. I think looking at this like white shirt with the blazer, he'd be like fucking singing "I never want to give you up," and he'd be like Davey Sweet. That's who it would be. So Brosnahan has also been cast as Lois Lane. Corn Sweet replaces Henry Cavill.
You should type her name in so you can see what she looks like. I'm surprised they didn't put a fucking picture of her up. These fucking guys. I like Umberto, but
come on, Umberto. What the fuck, man?
Come on.
I know Umberto. He saw him and he had some good shoes and some good hair, and he was like, that's a bro.
No one dresses better. you know the only person I think who might dress better than Umberto is maybe like The Rock or someone. You know what I mean?
The Rock.
Yeah. The guy, Umberto, that dude's a snappy dresser. I don't have the credit to get a credit card to buy those kinds of clothes like that.
Right.
Some snappy shit.
Yeah.
No, there you go. We got a new Superman.
We got a new Superman. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like Superman. Mm-hmm. Like I said yesterday, I think it's really important to get the main big ones perfect, and then I've seen superheroes like through kids, right? And like my son thought Iron Man was cool. Then he became Hulk obsessed. And then from there he goes on and then he'll like more esoteric characters or be more interested in them. And it's her. Okay.
See, you'll when you see her, you'll know.
It's Miss Maisel. It's Miss Maisel. She's hot as fuck. Yeah. We talked about her like a long time ago on the show. We're like, Miss Maisel's fucking hot. Yeah, that's pretty good casting. Hold on, I'm trying to. Her photos are kind of like all from the Emmys and shit. Well, I'm trying to
look. She has a personality. That Kate Bosworth was like a sack. I mean, everyone wanted to complain about Natalie Portman being stale in the prequels. Well, I submit to you, Kate Bosworth in Superman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't. You couldn't find more wooden, like soulless presence. I don't know. Man. I don't want to be mean, but I'm gonna be mean. Compared to like Margot Kidder and Terry Hatcher, Kate Bosworth is like, seriously, like we're doing this.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up, Quentin. My computer is just taking a shit today. It is not complying, and then this one is not as high res as I wanted it to be.
Compliance.
Because that's that was like most of the pictures of her that I keep finding are from like Ms. What's it called? Ms. Maisel?
Ms. Maisel.
Yeah, Marvelous, it's been a while since the marvelous Ms. Maisel.
Yeah, I mean, you look right at that. You're like, oh, it's fucking Lois Lane, right? Like,
yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely a good. We knew that she was a contender. I remember there was like a short list that came out like not too long ago, maybe a month ago, and
They didn't give
and
Amy
she was
Adams
on it.
anything to do, man. Like, it's not Amy Adams' fault. She had nothing to do in those movies.
Dude, like, don't get me wrong. Amy Adams is fucking beautiful. Like, I'm not knocking it, like not knocking how like her like fucking looks or anything like that. But she does not look good with Henry Cavill. Like, they don't look like they go together. She looks like
Right.
they don't even look like they're in like the same generation, like age. You know, like their age just
Right.
looks different to me and stuff. So yeah, that's a really good. I think that's a really good Lois. Oh,
And
hold
as
on.
I
Did I get
understand
that
it,
in?
James, I was talking, Jason, I was talking to a buddy of mine who's a little more in the know on some of this stuff, right? And he was
Right.
telling me that as he understands it, that all these like the Authority and these other characters will be in the universe already, and Superman shows up and he's the good one. They're all like dubiously Batman. All these characters are like they're seen as like not
Like
really good
vigilantes.
people, or they're more, yeah. And Superman's the cornball that shows up, and he's the difference.
Yeah.
That's as
And
I
then and
understand it.
then and then he will bring it all. He will bring
Right.
morality and such of
Right.
consciousness to a conscious to the hero
Yeah.
game. Okay, that's cool.
Correctamundo.
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm I'm excited for more actual like new DC stuff and for it to like get rebooted. I've actually like because I didn't like the last round of things that much. I actually like the Flash, the thing that no one else wanted to see, and apparently I like that one. But
Yeah, back in
I
the '90s, I
almost
wanted Courtney Cox to be Lois Lane and Will Smith to be Superman. So, like this,
they
this,
Nicole News used to always say that Natalie Portman was going to be it. They used to always say they're talking to Natalie Portman. I bet you they did though. I bet you they did at one point. But
yeah. You think
but
during
yeah,
the Henry Cavill 2003 Man of Steel? Remember they were making that Man of Steel J.J. Abrams script.
yeah,
I wonder. I don't
yeah,
know who they
maybe,
cast as Lois at that time though.
yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with that.
I mean, like in a lot of ways too. Like, I don't know if this is a hot take, but my take is the person who they get to be Lois matters more than the person who they get to be Superman at times because she does a lot of the heavy lifting in the scenes. Like if
Yeah.
it's a Lois and Superman scene, he's usually there going like, she doesn't know I'm Superman. I'm acting like I'm Clark. But it's Lois is the one who's talking and the one who's doing things and the
Yeah.
one who's like
In
leading
in the
the
'90s, in
moving
the
moving
'90s,
the
Quentin.
scenes.
Yes. In the '90s,
Yeah.
that was my casting pick. Yeah, and my casting pick
In
for
the 90s.
Perry White was Dan Aykroyd in the '90s. I thought Dan
Yeah.
Aykroyd could spout off all that alien bullshit, and I just
Mhm.
wanted him to like also be a little biased. Like I wanted him to look at Will Smith and go, you're from the streets. You go report. And he's like, I'm from Kansas. like,
Mhm.
like shit like that. Like against stereotype. Like I really wanted to, but he would know all the various alien. Fucking in 1946, the Dunskitsky event of 1918, blah 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 blah, all that fucking.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, Dan Aykroyd, dude, no one utilizes that guy. Like
But
he's got that.
in the Marvel in Miss Maisel, Marvelous Miss Maisel, she like does like she's a comedian. If you haven't seen the show, you guys, and she like is at a time when women aren't comedians, which is and so she's like breaking into the industry kind of deal.
It's a better version of that movie Punchline with Sally Field and Tom Hanks
Okay,
and John
I
Goodman. It's a better
I
version of
saw
that.
that. I don't remember that movie, but I know the movie, but I don't remember it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It's a bit of a
but
downer.
but she could yeah, I mean like based off of that, if they were doing 1933 Superman, she would rock that shit like for sure.
I know. I wish
So,
they
so
were. I wish all
but
this was set in the 30s. Yeah.
me too. But maybe they're gonna bring some of that flavor to their made up modern universe. Maybe it will be like remember how like Batman 89 was but
Right.
1933, 1958, and 1989 all at the
Right.
same time. Like maybe it will be have some of those qualities, and maybe the people in it
He
will.
says, Gunn says it'll be unlike any Metropolis or thing we've seen yet on film. So
Hmm.
I stand to wonder if that'll be the case.
Yeah, Maybe it'll be like Coruscant. Visually crazy.
I don't know about that. But,
yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna say, Metropolis just looks like New York, so maybe it's time for Metropolis to live up to its fucking name. All right, bro.
Well, it didn't in the cartoon.
I know. No, it never did. It just has a cool name. Right. Metropolis sounds a lot cooler than New York. But yeah. So, well, we'll definitely probably have, like, if they cast them and then Umberto break it? Did Gonzalez break the story?
He said breaking. I don't know if he said he broke it. So
yeah,
I'm gonna scoop.
But, yeah, usually he teases it out and stuff before too. Right. But yeah. Well, hopefully it's accurate. I haven't talked to Umberto in a long time. The last time I talked to Umberto, he called me and told me that Pedro Pascal wasn't the Mandalorian, and I was wrong. I was like,
poor
but yeah,
you get so much. We can't all have 100%.
No,
right? I mean, you were wrong. You were wrong about the Mando movie,
time.
Right? Remember when you were wrong about the Mando movie?
Nope. No, I don't. I don't know what you're talking about right now. You sound fucking stupid right now.
Yeah, remember when you were wrong that Avatar wouldn't make money and shit? Like,
no, I'm just conceding that, like, it's a black project by the government to make UFOs or something, because I don't understand how Avatar has no culture around it. It just has none. It's like crazy. Like there's no MakingStarWars.net. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no
there's a Pandorapedia.
Is there like a huge website?
Yeah, okay. And they actually, all that shit they put in there too. Like, it's legit. Like,
yeah. Wait,
yeah.
Is that just an encyclopedia of stuff from it, or is it like a news website?
It's like a Wikipedia for Pandora.
Oh, okay, like yeah. I mean, everything's got a wiki. I'm not. That's yeah. I mean, that's not. Every anime has a wiki. I'm saying like there's just like no culture around it though, and that is like super weird. Like, Spider-Man has a culture around him. You know what I mean? Like, like James Gunn, like Marvel. You got your comic book people, you got your things, and like when it comes to like Avatar, you just don't see people like fucking debating like about stuff about Avatar. You just don't
to
see
its benefit. Yeah, well, to its benefit.
It probably, yeah.
So you're not like, you don't feel like you've been overwhelmed by some shit by the time something new comes out.
Yeah,
fans can really deflate themselves with their own fandom.
Oh, I see it every day.
The one that used to get me the most was when everyone wanted, like the Ocarina of Time on the GameCube, and they got Wind Waker, and fans just threw a fit for the longest time over it. It was like years and years and years they thought they were going to get it. They got that demo for the GameCube that looked pretty good, that looked just like Ocarina, and then Wind Waker shows up, and then, they were just so mad. So sometimes hold them back,
Yeah. Yeah,
Plus,
like
it's a cinematic event. It's not the lore and the characters. It's the emotion and the event that get people. It's not,
But no, and that's that's what's wild though. That like Avatar doesn't have like even like real like commodification in any way. Like, you don't see, like, you won't go see somebody like in an Avatar shirt when you just go to the grocery store, like will Marvel or Star Wars or Harry Potter.
Most people can't. Yeah. Most people can't name more than one character in. Most people can't even name one character in a Fast and the Furious film. That doesn't mean anything, Sam. Like, they go Vin Diesel. They don't know Vin's fucking name in the movie. Like,
but we're talking about the amount of money that Avatar generates. That's what is amazing. That's like the anomaly of the whole thing.
Well, yeah, but you know what he does, and this is a conversation he was having once about piloting the ROVs in the Titanic, right? Is like, he's in a submersible, right?
Yeah.
He's in the submersible. He's down there, 12,000 feet underwater. He's piloting the ROV, and like, there's a level of transference that occurs where you feel like you're in the ROV. Like, you don't even feel you're piloting. You feel you're there walking around the ship. And so, like, I think he understands transference really well, and so he puts audiences into the fucking film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it gives you this experience that that's the difference. So you can go, I don't remember it because it wasn't about following the plot lines of this character doing that thing to the whatever on a timeline in an era.
Okay.
It was about creating an experience in which you then transfer and,
See,
feel those
where
emotions. It's different.
so Quentin says Marvel and Star Wars have been around for like so long, and it hasn't, but it's been around for over 10 years. It's and but look at Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter and Avatar, in historically speaking, not that far off, really, when you get down to it in the big picture. They come about. History will see them as coming about at about the same time in the big picture, and it's like there's fucking the Harry Potter. There's like a Harry Potter culture.
Well, also the namings,
the
names on the Pandora names are not, they're not Western, phonetics here, right? So I would wonder if people from islands and island cultures recognize and remember the characters more than we do. It's just not a naming convention that is, it's not Han and Luke. You know what I mean? It's not these singular Kirk,
I don't know, like 6 months ago, I went out with a girl. She was like Harry Potter obsessed. Fucking knew everything.
I mean, if they named the whale Steve, you would have been laughing.
But have you? But have you guys ever ran into a fucking Avatar fucking like somebody who knows everything about from that wiki on Avatar? I never have.
Yeah, me. I'm the guy. And you run into me,
and no,
and you're like, hey, is that dude?
Yeah, and that's why I have no idea what the next one makes. I don't. I have no idea if the next one makes more money than the last one or makes no money at all. Like, I feel as lost about the next Avatar as I do like fucking what the Flash was gonna do. I was like,
if you listen to that the interview with the writers and Cameron yesterday, you'd feel a lot more stronger about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with what
they're not going to give you the same movie with different environments. That's not the point.
Right. No, because I could kind of see. I don't know if this is going to happen. I'm not predicting this is what's going to happen, Rob. But I can see Avatar sort of like almost beginning at that next film, with the writers, how they're handling it, like how the series goes, and then it not being as big as the first two, and then coming back around as that story grows and becomes more like the standard franchise fare that we're used to, because it's not. And the fact that Avatar 1 and 2 are like a decade apart, you know what I mean? And then Avatar 3 is going to be, when is Avatar, Jedi Mike says 2033 is when we get Avatar 3.
4 years difference.
Yeah. So that's
31. No, it's 31. It's
31. Okay. Yeah. So it's like, it's not standard, like franchise fare at all. Even in the classic.
They waited 30 years for an Indiana Jones movie. So what do you care? Like,
it wasn't that long. Wasn't that long,
man. When you go, hold on. I'm gonna grab this fucking thing. I'm gonna just open up.
But Indy is not on, like, I mean, Indy, like, we know, was a huge 80s sensation or whatever, you know what I mean? And then like the last one made like really good money. But
all right, how about this?
Indy's another one.
You waited 30 years for a Maverick movie, right? So,
yeah, but that's just sequel. But like, once again, it's not a franchise. Top Gun's not a franchise. It could be.
Tom Cruise is a franchise.
Tom Cruise is a fucking cult leader, and you're all weird for liking him as much as you do.
All hail Lambhead.
He's creepy as fuck.
All
hail
weird.
Lambhead. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like,
I like it.
Yeah.
Someone has to be creepy, and we're letting him be the one. Here, this is, hold on, Avatar editing. I'm gonna send this link to YouTube. It's an interview with Cameron and the two editors. There was a third editor who passed away during the film that they give shout out to. I misspelled editing, but whatever.
Well, it has a G because we're fancy.
They go through. Well, I'm dyslexic. I type shit backwards. I have to copy edit. But
like
they go through actual footage and they show the live action captures. Then they show what they're seeing in real time. And the real time CGI that they're able to play that syncs up with their live action actors is pretty fucking amazing quality. And then they show like the capture that they do even after the fact, and then they can reintegrate facial capture back into pre-existing captured footage in the same way that you would do ADR. And Cameron gets right into that whole process. If you guys want to see something real technical and You just want to laugh off visual effects. You're like, oh no, this stuff's not that big a deal. Blah blah blah. Go watch this. This will set you straight. You know. So like, and they're currently like editing 3 right now, which the guy's like, I'm looking at it right now.
NBC. This is NBC's News's blurb for Indiana Jones. Unfortunately, the latest Indiana Jones installment continues a Hollywood tradition of punching Nazis without doing much to explain why Nazis are bad or how you recognize them. Oh, shut the fuck up. Are you fucking serious right now? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, they didn't explain that in the beginning of Saving Private Ryan either, but we got, come on, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, yeah, how about when you go to high school, you just pay attention? How about you do that? You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah.
But I mean, but it's like you review a film poorly because you think that Disney should teach you high school history.
Why don't they teach us the history of the La Cosa Nostra anytime the mafia shows up in a movie? How am I supposed to know why the mafia's bad?
Do you think her review of Schindler's List was an okay movie, but we needed to see the Nazis get punched more? You think that was the other side? Do you think
it made me like a Nazi? I don't know why.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, one of the things about that like new indie movie is, you know, like when he like decks him and says you should have stayed out of Poland and stuff like that. Like it doesn't explain the historical thing to you, but what's actually good about that is if you don't know what that means, if that is news to you, and if you're, you know, let's say you're a 14-year-old boy or girl, you have no fucking clue, and you see that, then you know what, you're gonna look it up, and then you will look into it, and then, but what's good about it at the same time is if you know, it doesn't grandstand and give you a fucking history lesson about, you know what I mean, because you don't need it. Most people don't need it.
These are the people, Jason, that ask you a question that they could have just typed into Google.
Yeah.
You know, like they type you a question,
sometimes,
right?
Yeah.
And you're like, all you had to do is type that same question to fucking Google. You got your answer. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
But yeah, I mean, and the other day, me and Penny, we were finishing Last Crusade, and we got to the Hitler moment. She's like, what's the deal with this? Like, what was that the big deal? So we had to go down the Hitler rabbit hole, you know? And then we're like, and she's like, what does the real guy look like? And like, I like pulled him up, and then like we see Anne Frank, and then I had to explain Anne Frank, and she's just like, that's not fun. And I'm like, no, it's not fun at all. It's not, you know. But like that's, yeah. I was watching the Red Letter Media review of Temple of Doom that they put out today, and like in it, they make a fun observation. I'd say, I don't know if fun, but an observation, an interesting one. And they're like, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's like a Jewish guy's like Nazi revenge film. But when you get to the next one, they're not doing the Nazi thing. They're not doing it. And Spielberg's kind of like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna, I guess, have fun with stuff, you know? And so yeah. But yeah, it was they did like an hour-long video on Temple of Doom. So if you're in the Indiana Jones mood, it was a good watch. It was a good listen. I enjoyed it.
It's a good listen. You just gotta get through 10 minutes of them listening to death metal.
That was a pretty funny. I actually appreciated it. I was like, oh yeah, look at
it's
that.
Not at the beginning. Not at the beginning. Yeah. Like in the middle.
Yeah, you know. But well, there was a point where they do a fake out, like you're gonna watch the Star Trek motion picture 4K DVD release or whatever.
Right. That was good. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, and I remember in 7th grade, I was like, man, Anne Frank's pretty cute. Then we read it, and I was like, oh no, Anne Frank, no, you know. Yeah, but I was in 7th grade. What do you want, you know? But anyways, I'm gonna go now before
the fact is, Jason, the reason why most people don't remember what World War II is really about is because Call of Duty moved away from World War II themes 15 years ago. And if they would just go back, we could. Unfortunately, the majority of our stupid culture won't learn shit unless it's in a video game.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you know, And just in terms of that review is really
They,
stupid quote
remember,
though. I would
they
say
called us, Jason. Europe used to call us before World War One the United States of amnesia
mhm,
because we were such a young culture that we would constantly forget like history and shit. We had no sense of it. We'd
yeah,
forget our own history like in an instant.
yeah,
You know, like when we would say shit like immigrants suck. And meanwhile, you're literally everyone here's a fucking immigrant. You fucking
yeah.
idiot. You know, like
Oh,
shit like
and yeah,
that.
and it's been that way since day one here. That
So yeah,
we've been
yeah, right,
we've been that fucking stupid. We're like, well, we're in the club. Close the doors. You know. Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, but the thing about it is after the last couple of years of American history that we've gone through, a movie that is about punching Nazis in the face, don't shit on that. Praise that.
Right.
That's
Right.
out of everything, that's the one thing. It's black and white, and it's yes, punch Nazis in the face. I don't
Yeah.
know, I don't know how you could have a problem with that. So,
I
good
endorse it.
work on searching for validation while you were in your MA program
My
that you didn't get, and now you live your life trying to get it off of the internet. It's
my
not the way
grandfather
to be.
fought in the Pacific, and his brother, my great uncle, what would you call it, granduncle? I guess you'd
I
call
don't
that my
know.
granduncle.
I
He
think I
fought. He
super
stormed
uncle.
Omaha Beach. He climbed the fucking that cliff, man, in Omaha Beach. He did that shit.
Yeah,
He killed Nazis. You know,
yeah.
so yeah, I
My
support it.
my grandfather's like, I don't want to kill anybody. I'm a lover, not a fighter. And so
Oh,
he joined the Navy thinking he'd be like on a turret or a boat the whole
oh
time.
no,
And
oh
they
no,
fucking took him right to the islands, like get the fuck off. And he spent
yeah,
like a long time fighting
the
island to island.
harshest.
Like, yeah,
The
he was like,
harshest of combat is the Asia
yeah,
Pacific. It's
he
like Dan Carlin it likened like the Nazi stuff to like a classic thriller, and Asia Pacific to Freddy Krueger.
yeah,
It's fucking horrific. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Not a good time. I mean, um
Yeah.
Astro has 12 hours until indie time. You son of a
It's
bitch. I'm
why
happy for you though. I'm happy for you. You gotta message me when you get out if you liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know. I want to know
it's
the truth.
why
That's the truth. Tell me the truth.
it's why when they wanted to go with the dark horror theme, you know, Indy in the Asian Pacific during World War II would have been the way to go if he was stuck with Willie Scott, like a
Mhm.
USO tour chick. He's stuck protecting her during a battle or some shit. And they get stuck on a fucking island,
Yeah.
right? But I just after 1941, I just don't think fucking Steven Spielberg was trying to get near
Yeah.
jokey World War II footage, which is dumb. That's not the lesson to take away. That's a movie without a protagonist or a point. You know, is really the fucking that's a odd film. Like, there's no real anyone to latch. I mean, John Belushi, but he's not really a guy you like, right? Like you like
Well,
watching him,
yeah.
sort of. Like it's not.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. Temple of Doom. Everything about it was just completely inverting the original for the most part. You know, in
right,
almost
right.
every single way. And I respect that though about it. You know, that's the thing about it that I think is what makes it the thing I don't like is when you have a series and you can't tell which one you're watching right away. And with Indiana Jones so far, you know immediately which one you're watching. You know, like you can tell. And so that's to that series credit or whatever. But I think As the True is going to see that movie in 12 hours, and then that's when I'm honestly As the True. I need your take right away because I think if you hate it, then I know
He
I'm
likes
walking in
everything.
this. I know, and I'm saying he likes everything. If he likes
Yeah,
everything fun. If you could
that's
have
why he's
fun
great to
doing
hang
it,
around with. Because
yeah. If you could
if
have
you're the
fun
only guy
doing
who
it,
likes something, As a True will probably like it too, and you can take him
no,
with you. You know, like
no.
yeah,
If something has any, I've noticed this about Asger. If it has fun in it, then he will find it and he will have fun. And
right.
the thing about it is like I don't think a lot of these people that are seeing Indiana Jones would have fun with Raiders of the Lost Ark today. I don't. I'm not saying I think this new movie is going to be Raiders of the Lost Ark good. I know it's not going to be. Nothing's going to be ever going to be as good as Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah,
I don't
but I
believe
know
it.
As a True and me could sit down and watch The Mummy and get along. you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
true.
Jason, I know you're gonna hate me for this, but I think Amy Grant's cover of Big Yellow Taxi is better than Joni Mitchell's.
Yeah. I'll give
Yeah,
it to you.
I think so.
Okay. How about I Think We're Alone Now? Do you like the original? Was it
The original.
the Chandels?
I don't like
The
these.
Chandels? What's
Oh
called
no, the
Chandels?
'80s version. Whatever
You
was in
like
the
you
'80s.
like the Debbie Gibson one of her in the mall?
There you go. Yes.
In the
Yeah.
mall.
Yeah.
um,
Yes. Fuck you in the mall. Yes.
I
Before it was a
I
cash for gold haven. It was a real mall. Yes.
and My Hero backpacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gave my daughter like a rundown of pop, one time, and we were watching that. And she redid it like this. She redid the video in the same locations, and I was just like, don't do that. Why are you doing that? That's
Why?
not
Why would you
good.
do that?
Don't do that. I
Oh
know I don't
no.
know who told you that was a good
Oh
idea,
no.
but no, don't do it. So yeah. But anyway, before we go, Patrick says, let's not use Henry Cavill, but use the guy who looks almost identical. Yeah,
Except this guy can act. Except he can act.
well,
No offense to Henry Cavill. He's got presence, but he's not much of a, you know.
I think too that it like you need to probably um be prepared for this could be 10 plus years in the role. And I
Right.
assume this guy's younger. He looks a lot younger to me
He's
than Henry
younger.
Cavill.
10,
And
15 years.
so yeah, so when we get down
Yeah.
to it, like I think that's the big that's the big difference here,
Yeah.
If it was just for a movie, if it was just a one movie and that was it, that's all we were like just making one-off movies, I would say, yeah, just use Henry Cavill. What are you doing? But at the same time, everybody can hate me for it. I don't hate Henry Cavill. I don't care. I don't love it. I don't think he mattered. I don't think he's not my favorite Superman. Not my least favorite Superman either.
Hey,
I just don't care.
he's great in Mission Impossible, but you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that is what that role is.
You're not going to get Thetans, Brad. They're not going to give you Thetans. You keep thinking they're going to give you the Thetans, but they're not going to give you them.
I'm Keaton's for Thetans. How about that? Thetans for Keaton. Did you ever see Amy Grant did this song called House of Love that was the theme song for a movie in the 90s that featured Christopher Reeve and Michael Keaton trying to opine for Gina Davis? And it was like Batman and Superman fighting over Lois Lane. You ever see that movie? That's fun to watch because you can watch Keaton go up against Superman for Lois Lane.
Yeah,
that's a fun. If you watch that movie with that in the mindset, you will enjoy it. Like
yeah.
Because it's the only time you got Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeve on film. You know,
Jake says he's 11 years younger than Cavill and taller. So there you go. You know,
he's got more acting range. I saw some shit. You know,
yeah,
like, I saw some clips. Yeah, I like Cavill has presence, but you know, like that's what he has, his presence going for him. He's likable, but
also, I mean, I'm going to assume he's well off. After the films
he's
that
making
he's
that
done,
Warhammer thing at Amazon.
He likes Warhammer. He's living his best life, right? I mean, when you get down to it, he's rich. Like he's good looking.
Warhammer thing. Yeah. If they're able to get Larry Fong as the DP on that, that will look amazing. But if they get like the Halo guys, the Halo series, or the Mando guys, are the wrong fit for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brandon says the guy that cast as Superman is pretty hot. So there you go. We have the stamp of approval from Brandon. You know,
I like his pick.
Yeah, it's like
it looks like that pick that they take when you at the self service at Walmart when they capture you on camera, so they know it was you using your card. Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna say it's an Indiana Jones hat because it's Indiana Jones week. Just give it to me. All right. And then as a trip before he goes, says he made a trip to Warhammer World that's near me. Was a big local news story. Oh shit! There's a Warhammer
guy who could afford
World?
anything in there.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah. Well, it's just a game. It's like Game Town. Remember Game Town?
Yeah.
Like, in the malls and shit, like those kind of whatever.
Right.
Shit's so expensive, man. Like he's the only guy who could afford anything in those places.
I'm surprised he never managed to get like his Clark playing Warhammer. You know, Clark would play Warhammer if you was in deep cover as a nerd, right?
and had James Gunn written any of those scripts, you probably would have. But
Yeah.
Snyder is not that guy, dude. Snyder's not the kind of guy to put. I'm with you. Like Clark Kent playing Warhammer is something that should have happened. You know,
with fucking Jimmy.
Yeah, with Jimmy. Yeah.
And he's knocking the board over, and they're kind of like, God, even this guy even sucks for a nerd, but he's having a good time.
Right.
Yeah. And it's where the aliens saw the humanity in us. But you know what? I will say the Russian Supergirl, that's where it's at. All right, everybody, I'm gonna go. I'm hungry.
She's never coming back.
I know.
Never happening. It's done.
Yeah,
it's done.
But she looked good doing it, didn't she? All right, all right, everybody. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Today is Tuesday, so tomorrow's our last show before Indiana Jones comes out. Thursday there won't be a show. I'm going to do a little show after, and then Friday, me and Rob will do like our big Indiana Jones show on Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday.
Cool.
Pizza day.
Sounds good. Pizza day. Indian pizza. I'm going to see Indy twice, so it works. All right, everybody. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye. Make sure you see Indiana Jones unless you suck.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go.
It's not about spaceships.